Welcome to NextLabs Expert Q&A Series. This series was designed to inform you of relevant cybersecurity topics via expert knowledge.
Welcome back to Part 2 of our discussion on AI and insider threats. In Part 1, we explored why AI is becoming such a hot topic in cybersecurity, how it's creating insider risk for organizations, and threats stemming from the corpus generation process, and the risk introduced by bad artifacts. If you missed it, be sure to check it out. In this part, we will discuss computer vision, the role of complacency, and strategies organizations can use to mitigate insider threats when leveraging AI technologies. Let's dive in. So, Celina, could you share with us what are the risks associated with computer vision?
Well, we discussed the ability to train AI to perceive anomalous behavior as normal during our discussion of corpus generation. We also have to account for malicious actors who utilize AI to bypass security controls entirely. Using computer vision and optical character recognition, or OCR, a malicious actor can create several risks. These include bypassing security controls, exfiltrating large amounts of data, and then quickly parsing and recreating data sets. Malicious insiders can leverage this technology for a number of reasons, including corporate espionage, the sale of intellectual property, or for their own nefarious purposes.
Shifting focus slightly, why is complacency an AI risk for insider threat?
While it may not seem like a critical risk from a strategic perspective, it is. A common theme throughout the research for this talk was the surprise organizations experienced when they realized that the AI models they've been using had changed. And as a result, were now perceived as more risky or riskier than before. The factors increasing this perceived risk included the introduction of new training data, the introduction of unknown or untested functionality, and the ability to increase access to discoverable data. Complacency related to AI can take many forms, each leading to risks. To make this concrete, let me illustrate one instance of untested functionality. A company I spoke with licensed an AI chatbot to provide sales updates to their end customer, allowing their end customer to retrieve basic information about their orders, such as transaction data or shipping data. However, unbeknownst to the organization, the AI provider had introduced new functionality into the chatbot. This functionality enabled that chatbot to perform pre-sale functions as well, going as far as hallucinating sales offers and even contracts for a customer. The organization was only made aware of this change when a customer contacted procurement about the status of their contract. In this case, complacency created both risk for business operations and for customer experience. At a different organization, an employee was able to use an AI platform to search not only for data relevant to their role, but HR data for other employees, including personnel records with PII and salary information. Complacency, both in applying the appropriate access controls and in tuning the AI to avoid parsing and returning certain file types or systems, led to the risk of unauthorized access to sensitive data. This type of complacency is especially concerning when it comes from malicious insiders who could leverage AI to access everything from HR files to corporate secrets, such as proprietary formulas or operations methodologies.
That's a great perspective. Finally, let's talk about solutions. Given this risk, what can organizations do to prevent insider threats when using AI technologies?
Tactically, there are several actions you can utilize to prevent insider threats. For corpus generation, these include performing appropriate training, background verifications, and user account monitoring for the individuals responsible for the AI tools in use and for their training. Similarly, review, monitor, and periodically audit baseline tuning to assure AI models are trained effectively to prevent anomalous behaviors. The best way to prevent bad artifacts and hallucinations is to ensure that the AI models in use have a specialized corpus specific to your organization's needs. However, this isn't feasible for many organizations due to cost, time, and the complexity of identifying and tuning training data. So to prevent the use of bad artifacts during software development, utilize secure software development lifecycle best practices, including code review, testing, and quality assurance. As part of the SDLC, ensure the use of coding style standards using integrated development environment tools. These tools can prevent the introduction of AI-generated code or restrict developers from pasting organization data into AI. Similarly, scan for vulnerabilities and ensure recent contribution activity for any open source libraries used as dependencies during the coding process. Preventing the use of computer vision, especially for a motivated malicious insider, is frankly difficult. However, there are a few things you can do to reduce risk. First, introduce policies preventing the use of computer vision and outlining appropriate penalties. These policies can also prevent the download of computer vision or OCR tools on employer provided devices, or restrict BYOD tools to limit the opportunity for an individual to use computer vision or OCR on their own devices. Second, tune security tooling such as server-side monitoring on GitHub to flag for potential indicators that someone may be using computer vision, such as someone opening hundreds or thousands of files in a short period of time. And lastly, avoid becoming complacent. If your organization was an early adopter of AI technology, conduct an audit of AI tools in use to validate the terms and conditions, understand data sources, and any new functionality. Similarly, develop a process to assess AI for these risks during procurement. And lastly, ensure your organization has robust governance, including risk acceptance processes for AI. Thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you so much for joining us and sharing your valuable insights. It's been a pleasure having you, and we appreciate the expertise you've brought to the conversation. And with that, we come to the end of this episode. Thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned to the next episode where we will have more insights from a new expert.